evening, SRA Nation.
We're excited to get this season off with a bang.
I think they're all taking tires. And on top of that, it's going to be saucier. It's going to be an all-out shootout to the end. He's got line of sight on these guys.
I commend you for the bravery getting this close to the diffuser.
All you gotta do is win the race. You don't have to lead a whole bunch of laps.
Oh, they're going to be side by side coming into the next corner.
Oh, that's a big contact in the back of the field.
Can't stay out there like this.
He stayed in it!
We're off and away for SRA.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sim Racing Alliance. We are here with Season 10, Division 5, and Round 1. I am Andrew Reif, joined now by good friends, I hope, Jess Osborne and Selena Boonstra. We're looking at an exciting start to the season here, guys. Kyalami is on the calendar for the first round. How are we feeling?
Hello, everybody. Feeling pretty great. Not about how fast I'll be going around this track tomorrow night, but ready for an awesome new season at SRA. How are you doing, Selena?
I'm feeling great. Yeah, I'm feeling the same way with Kyalami for tomorrow because consistency will be a major factor in this race, but we shall see. But I'm looking forward to getting this season started, and yeah, it'll be a good one.
We'll take a quick little look here at the track map, because Kyalami is a bit of a flowy circuit, bit of a technical circuit, and of course, there are a lot of places where things could go wrong, but the number one place I have to be looking at is Cheetah. I don't know about you guys, but that is the corner for me. Turn 15, right at the end of the lap. You're probably going to see a couple of cars out off in the weeds after hitting that inside sausage curb, but you got to give a major shout to turns 8 and 9 as well. The S's over in Sector 2. Overall, a lot of places to gain time, a lot of places to lose time. Such is the same with every track, of course, but I don't know. I personally love the Sector 2 here.
And you started off with the biggest killer, Cheetah. You can spend a whole race thinking you're comfortable around it, pushing, and then you push 1 inch too hard, one lap, and your race is done.
Yeah, exactly. See, that part of the track is very intimidating, and the practice race was very interesting, so I'm hoping that many of us will just take that into caution and just leave it at that. Very intimidating corner, but we'll see what happens tomorrow for us and what happens with D5.
Yeah, of course, with all of us being in the same division, you know, you guys talk about being slow and having some trouble with it. Doesn't necessarily bode well for me because I am, of course, the slowest of the three of us. But we'll just have to wait and see how that all goes. I mean, talking about stories here, though, for Division 5, I feel like the number one driver I am looking at for the beginning of the season here is going to be Thomas Greer. We don't have the standings up for you guys yet because it's, well, round 1. There really are no standings to look at, but you know, Thomas Greer coming into this one did have the number 1 placement in the bronze division at the 12 Hours of Bathurst, which was quite the event. In more ways than one, but I am expecting some good things for him. So coming into this, that is going to be my number 1 driver to watch. Is definitely the 664 in the Bentley, I might add, of Greer. And I mean, speaking of cars, of course, we did have a recent BOP update, so I think lots of people are going to be looking out to see what exactly is happening with that as we get out on the track for quali.
It's like all the silver drivers are out and about on their out lap.
You know, I must confess I haven't watched enough of the D5 races before to know who the heavy hitters are out here, so I'm going to be watching all this with fresh eyes and figuring out who's who out here, just like the audience will be.
Yeah. One driver I do know and is familiar with, John Donahue. He is back from Division 4 a couple seasons ago, and well, like I said, he is back in action in the Boatley ready to tear up the track in that boat. So we'll see where he comes out of this, and hoping for the best for him.
I'm on board with Dan Rufus right now for Bitch Peas, who I believe is teamed up with Stephanie Fisher, of course, driver who's been getting a lot of personal coaching.
I think you're still on the track map.
Excuse me?
I think you're still on the track map.
No, I see what's going on there. I need to change my feed. Yes, bear with us, everybody. It's my first time here in the on the actual hosting role, so we're doing our best to try and make that all work out for you. But I assure you, Jess, thankfully, I am actually on the race for the stream. So I'll have to change that for you real fast. There you go. That should just about fix that. And we'll see how things get underway here. As I said, Dan Rufus leading across the line for the first silver lap in qualifying here at Kyalami.
Another driver that I do recognize is Jerome Male. Forgive me for the mispronunciation, but I remember him from D4 a couple seasons back, and yeah, I'm also looking forward to seeing what he does tonight in that green Lamborghini Huracan. Some familiar faces.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get quite a few new stories realistically. I know for me, of course, watching D4 all of last season was quite a spectacle. There were plenty of good drivers, of course, in Division 4. I guess that's a little bit self-serving for you guys, but many of them moved up naturally. Not very many, I would care to say zero, actually ended up moving down. So it's going to be quite a new experience for me as well. But if the show is half as good, then I suppose we'll be looking at a fairly solid season. As far as lap times go, though, I would be expecting something in the mid to high 43s. For some of the faster laps, maybe into the 42s for that pole lap. And Dan Rufus, nice little take of Cheetah, perhaps not maximizing there, but you just kind of want to get that first lap in, make sure it's something solid. It looks like they're going to come across the line here, maybe even that exact window that I was looking at before, maybe even a little bit faster. It's going to be a 43.31 for that first lap on the board. I gotta say, I'm fairly impressed with that. 44 flat coming in for Schaefer coming up behind, and more times will start to come in. It's a Spiker up at 143 flat now, provisional pole.
Not too shabby coming right out the gate with these bankers. They're gonna come. These are gonna rapidly decline, though, I'm sure. We got drivers in here that can do 42s.
Of course, track evolution is a very real thing as well. I'm on board with Crowley in the 296 Ferrari. My goodness,
Looking a little shaky there.
That's just about to be expected through Cheetah.
Yeah, actually, I don't think it's possible to go through there with it under full tire grip and control.
Get on board with James Spiker. Right now, about a half a second down on his time. As you said, the 42s, very real on the board here. This is only silver. I must have severely underestimated the pace potential here for Division 5. Actually getting a lot of time through this corner as well in the hairpin.
League's getting faster and faster, man. More experience every season.
Yep, just how it goes. The more practice, the better you'll become. Improving, improving, improving. How it
up
goes.
Now. Good for provisional P2 right now if he brings it home.
Is currently up by 4/10, actually. Lost a little bit of time through Cheetah, but he's coming right to the final corner. Gains a little bit of time. Lost a little bit, but that just sends him right back into provisional pole.
I'm going to get on board here with Raf Cab as well. About a second up on their time coming towards the line. Improves up into P5. Solid lap there. Now I'm seeing a lot of green on my race control tab right about now. So improvements coming across the board.
Some big ones. 1.3 seconds up. Who was that just now? Was that Kovac?
See Eric is here coming across the line. 1.4 seconds up on their time. Still a lot left on the table. Ian Demler in the same boat right about now. A second up on their time. Pole times moved up to a 142.7. I haven't lost you guys, have I?
Nope.
Nope,
Hello,
it's
hello.
clear.
Yeah,
Just
sorry, I
looking
was
around.
reading the
I'm
Twitch
looking,
chat,
I'm
the
looking on
YouTube
the
chat.
yeah, on the back
Sorry,
end
Bailey,
here.
about the buffering.
We are working on it.
Internet sucks.
Checking.
Yep. This is a bit of a testing the waters stream.
Yeah.
Which
And Dan, I believe Dan Rufus is up by half a second, and he just took P2 with a 142.8. And as I say that, he has now dropped to P3. So we're getting down to the 42s now. Pretty solid.
they are really impressing me right now with their times. I think
Yeah,
the 142.4 almost matches what I did in the practice race yesterday in my qualifying. So two drivers only separated by 0.005, I might add, between Spiker and Schaefer is quite impressive. And again, I'm seeing more times tumbling. Here's Jan Roderick's coming across the line with about a half a second improvement, going to be moving up just one position. But there is a lot of time to be had. 143.1 there for Steven Music. And more improvements coming in all the time.
Spiker just trying to find more time. He's up by 0.3 now. 0.4. Oh, he just gained a lot of time through that corner. That should put him about nearly to the 41s. Quite possibly. Or 42 flat. Very well solid lap times going on from him.
Really lighting up the timetable. Spiker again up 0.5, trying to improve that time. Maybe even going to try and fight for pole position altogether through Cheetah. 0.6 up now, looking at a 141.8 on this pace. The last corner comes through, and it looks like they've taken it nicely. They're going to be across the line, and I can only imagine it's going to be purple sectors across the board, but we'll just have to wait and see. They do have purple sectors on every section of the track. My God.
Wow.
What a run there.
Unbelievable. I believe that's solid D2 time right there.
You're correct.
41.8?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a 10th pass D2 time. That's crazy lap time from them.
I'm
crazy.
astounded.
Wow.
I am impressed, to say the very least.
Hello? Ref? Get him out of here.
What's that? What?
Oh, look, Queen finding a whole lot of time in the final corner. He was up like 4 or 0.5, and he found almost 2 more just there.
Ooh.
And he's, even with such an improvement, though, he's almost half a second behind Spiker. Crazy.
He's got another lap they can go for as well. But that is an impressive time from the D5 silver drivers here. The top 5, of course, if you're looking at P2 to P6, separated by around 0.6, maybe a little bit less than that. We've got more improvements coming down. Kristen Maurice here in through the S's, 0.8 up, almost 8.5 now, as they get out into the exit towards that hairpin. And closing down Sector 2, it looks like they have a lot of spaces to move up here.
It's going to be good for at least 5, but it's slipping through his fingers now.
Oh, please don't let that happen. Almost seconds worth of improvement. Very difficult corner to get right here in the middle of the lap. And then in towards Cheetah, the one place where I said you're probably going to see the most cars off track
Here it
today.
comes.
Looks like
yeah.
a little bit of a slide there, but still maintaining most of that advantage into T-Last now, and it's looking pretty good here. It's definitely a lot of green, and might move up
Strong
here into
final
the
corner.
top 5 spots potentially.
There it is, P5.
Just about. Impressive stuff there. I mean, the silver driver is definitely putting on an impressive show.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, he closed it out with a bang.
41.8. That's incredible from a D5 driver. Huge
Yeah.
kudos.
I've got to reevaluate some things here because I'm not even quite close to that. I think Demler is the last silver driver out on track right now, about to finish their last lap. They're out just about a 10th here So unless they have had a majorly bad T last here on their banker lap, looks like it's going to be a marginal improvement here, about 2.5 tenths towards the line. They'll move up one spot into 17th. Probably not the qualifying they were hoping for, though.
No. I gotta tell you, I'm having like disassociation issues because I'll click on a driver and I'll expect the main cam to switch over because I'm just so used to hosting and nothing will happen. I'll click something else and I'll hear something change, but nothing happens, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm the pip.
Well, there's no shame in that though, Jess. I mean, come now.
No, it's just a frustrating that my brain is so stupid.
It's all good.
I don't think your brain is stupid, Jess.
You don't know it well enough.
Well, I was trying to be nice, but I guess that is whatever. But yeah, to do a little bit of meta commentary, it does look like the bit rate does seem to be holding pretty steadily where I have it positioned. It's still just dropping frames though. So we're going to work to remedy that. We may do a bit of a hot swap with who is actually streaming, because Jess likely will not have any particular issues, but in all of our testing, we didn't have any problems like this at all, and then of course everything just has to break right as we got started with qualifying.
Swap, I can do it in just a moment.
Well, we'll wait until qualifying's over. We can work on all of that then. But I think for the very least, right now, it's watchable enough to the point where we'll let the gold drivers have their time. Wait to see the first time come across the line actually right now. Spiker's probably going to be fairly confident in the time that they laid down, certainly happy enough with what they've done. I don't think there's going to be any doubt about that. See a yellow flag here for Rodriguez, who returns to the pits, I believe. That's certainly not what you want to see. The first lap goes on the board, and it's Van Sickle with a 1:43.6 for the gold drivers. I'm on board with Kevin Unda right now for TF Sport, who is another driver whose name I've definitely seen in the past. Not necessarily in a particularly impressive fashion, but I don't mean to be rude. There are a lot of talented drivers, of course, in every division.
Get his ass.
If I was going to get anybody, I would be getting you, friend. Sorry to say. But we'll see where they come across the line here. It's looking like some pretty marginal times here for D5 Gold. The highest I'm seeing is Herrera at a 1:43.1. We'll just have to await more improvements as they come in.
Yeah, those tires are just warming up. And it matters all the time, but man, the car feels really weird around here before the tires warmed up.
And that they do.
Maybe even a little bit more than you want. I think we can all speak to the challenges of getting that Porsche around the circuit. We are on board with Mert Mertson, which is an amazing name at this point in time, up about 4 tenths on a 1:44 flat. I'm noticing Van Sickle is actually improving quite a bit in the background. Vaughn as well. There's just green all across the board. Herrera, a name that I mentioned earlier, is about 6 tenths up on their time. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to that now. In the Ferrari, I believe that is... Oh my goodness, I don't know the Ferraris. It's, you know, nobody actually likes those cars anyway.
They're all
which one is that?
Porsche.
Oh man. I did see sorry, Van Sickle, I think, just improved their time. A 1:42.3. It was about a second and some change of improvement. Herrera, by 8 tenths here across the line, is going to move up into P4 right now. Some competitive times here.
I'm sure he'll do more though. The track is still fast. It hasn't even hit optimal yet. If it ever will it?
I don't know.
What an awkward qualifying.
Vaughn just run a little bit wide. That's gonna be an invalid lap. They were about 6 tenths up as well.
Ooh, ouch.
I'm gonna get back on board with Ken Van Sickle. 1.3 tenths up on a 1:42.3, and got a little bit of time there as well. Into the S's. This is going to look like it might be a lap to challenge Spiker at the top. Lots more green down the list as well.
Half a second so far this lap. Just has to bring it home in sector 3.
We'll get on board with that here.
I was already on board with that.
Well, you know, just
I'll
sometimes
switch,
maybe I
fine,
just
I know.
really like that idea, and maybe I wanted to get in on some of that action.
That's fine. I understand. I can't hog it all for myself.
A little bit of wheel spin there. In towards Cheetah, still half a second up. Surely some time to gain, maybe a little bit safe there at Cheetah. They're probably gonna have to go for another lap on this one.
Times, yeah, dropping like a stone. All his time just evaporated. Or all her time, excuse me.
It's unfortunate.
Far behind Kevin Unda and Vaughn. Both with about half a second in their pocket. Vaughn increasing into 7/10, finding a whole lot of time in Sector 3. Under rounding the final corner with just under half a second under his belt. And before he crosses the line, he gets, him and Vaughn get moved down.
Solid improvement.
And here comes Vaughn. Huge improvement up into the top 10.
Just trying to catch on to the end of that lap. Move over to Tyler Thompson though. Looks like might be running into a bit of traffic in front.
Not a lot of room in front of him, yeah.
Doesn't look like there's a lot of time to save. We'll just keep an eye on that one though. Doesn't really seem like there's a whole lot coming their way right now. The S is so challenging to not get too much understeer on that segment. We'll go on with Vitez here. Near the end of the lap. McLaren, very strong car in the Evo. You can attest to that from last season. It did get a little bit of a BOP hit, but well, that was. Oh no! That's the most control I've ever seen one round.
Oh, and he gets collected.
What a smack! Oh no!
And he teleports to pits far too late.
That's gonna be the end of their qualifying. Oh no!
Yeah, he doesn't have enough time to get out again.
Wow. Okay. I'm gonna get on board with Gray, who actually has not set a terribly fast qualifying here. I was expecting some good stuff out of Thomas, but right now only improving about 5/10 up on a 143.5. Mertson is in just about the same boat, a little bit up the track. I'll just catch the end of that lap real fast as they improve here into the 142s and into 11th.
Let's see the dashboard. And I think we're back. Hello? If you can hear me, you probably don't need to refresh your stream, but maybe do it anyway. Welcome back. We are back on grid. We just finished qualifying and we are moments away from our formation grid. So now, Andrew, you don't have to host anymore. You can just commentate. The show just improved. Yeah, I was hoping somebody would retire me. Man, I'm stuttering bad. But I'll accept this late call. I'll come back. But you know what I got to do? Why can't I do... Oh, it's because AutoCam is turned on. I have just enough time to do a grid walk. We get to see all these lovely new liveries. New season, new liveries. Hello. And our P1, our provisional pole... No, not provisional. Our pole sitter... Spiker with, is this like a granite thing going on here? Looks like some sort of marble. Looks fancy. I only got 9 seconds left. We got to do a track sprint. Run. Hurry. And the ones that aren't amazing. Oh, I know. I had a front row seat to most of it. I was just dodging it. I wasn't even going fast. I just survived. That's all. That's all it takes. Oh, I just noticed I made a mistake. I am missing the Discord audio in here. Just a moment, folks. I will get it fixed. Sorry about that. I was not expecting to need to be live tonight. So now we need Discord race chat. Can I get a mic check? Still not working. I will fix it. We will... Can I get a mic check again? Here, we're live. There we
Check
go.
1, 2.
Live. We are live. Checking.
Welcome back. And now the race audio should be working. Sorry, folks. I know we got a lot of issues going on. You should hear the engines again, not
So
just
glad you could join
me.
us.
We are checking. We are checking. How about now?
We are checking.
Are we loud and clear, everybody?
That's insane. That is gold. That is a gold comment. Thank you, Rob Nader, for that one. Graphics look good. That's what we're here for, baby. Oh, man. Well, we're getting down here to the line. We got the commentary, I hope, I think.
I think we
We've
got
got
the
the
commentary.
graphics.
Let us know in chat if we're still missing anything. I think we're good to go now.
Chat, is this real? Etc., etc.
As we're about to go green in the next final corner.
Yep. It'll be it's going to be James Spiker leading from Don Queen and Kent Van Sickle. Herrera close behind, and it was Spiker with an impressive qualifying lap. If they get a jump, it might just be their race to lose. Again, it's going to be a bit of a splash and dash for today for just about everybody, unless they're going for an alternate strategy as we cross now towards the start-finish line. It's just about to go green here, and we are underway. It's Division 5 in Season 10 at Kyalami, and we're racing down towards Turn 1.
Looks like our leader's getting a mostly even start. They're still going 2x2. Big sins in the middle, though. We're going 4 wide, not far behind. No,
Queen going
no
a little
nasty
wide
contact
there
yet.
for a
Oh my
second.
goodness, they're all making it. They're all making it.
Oh, watch that right-hand
Little,
kick,
oh,
and
Rubbin is
there's a
racing,
call
and they are not making it anymore.
No.
They are not
That's gonna
making
be a
it.
big one.
Oh.
I wish I could say we wouldn't see this coming, but now we're going to see it twice.
Lots and lots of cars
Oh,
involved with
just-
that.
Clattering over that curb. We saw the same exact thing happen multiple times in the practice race last night. It seems not everybody got that
Flashbacks.
memo, though. And that is Mertson finally rolling all the way at the back of this field, unfortunately. But checking back in with our mid-pack, we have another Porsche off track. Brett Vaughn. Let's catch the replay for that. What is that, turn 4? Coming in side by side. Got the inside on that McLaren. Ducks out of it. That's fine. And just loses it. That must have been a, just lack of traction control. Lost the rear end entirely. How strange. And we have more drama while that happened. Rodericks and Farrell. Turns out I'm too late for it. This is the aftermath. And it looks like they're just lucky not to get collected. Oh, bonk into the wall.
Just saw
And I'm seeing
McLaren just go right
Enriquez.
into the wall for a second. I don't know who it was, but that did not look that pretty from that point of view that I had.
Oh, Enriquez, and was that May? Or no, was May the... No, Erica's is the victim right there. And just spun around multiple times into the wall. That was kind of brutal. Stewards? What did I jinx? I didn't jinx anything. Don't put that responsibility on me. But meanwhile, at the front of the pack, we are still racing, and no longer. P2 spins out P1, P3 collects P1, and P2 and P3 carry on like nothing happened. And what what have you ever decided as far as go look more like? What is happening in this race chat? Selena? Anybody? Does anybody have words for what's happening? Andrew? Hello? Hello? Forgive me, folks. I think we're having some technical difficulties here. Yeah, that seems seems like that's what's happened. All the chaos is stun-locked my co-commentators. Looks like Stephanie Fisher just got taken out and fallen back through the pack a bit. See how that happened. Oh, I'm looking at music now, not Fisher. Looks like they're stuck into each other already in the wall, losing tons of time, lots of positions. You're saying you can't hear me either? That's not possible, Squid. Hello? Now I see you're activating, but I don't hear you. One sec. Now I hear you. Perfect. Okay, I'm getting back into the server. One sec, and we'll be hot again. We should still be live. We'll be back. Hello, everybody. We'll be back in just a moment. I am sorry for the issues. Not much I could have done about it. I tried.
Pit window is open. Green light, go, go, go.
Obviously, Kunos, Discord, OBS, everybody, they hate us. They hate us because they ain't us. Yep, we tried. We did everything. I doubt it. I mean, that would have been, because that would have been your CPU freaking out like literally every second, but instead it was your internet every once in a while. But anyway, we are back to racing, and we are watching May try and hold off Thompson, but not working out. This is weird. God. Yeah, I hear you, but you're not audible on stream right now. One sec. I'm serious. Yes. One sec. No, nobody. Hold on. I'm fixing it.
Wow.
Now you should be audible. I don't know what. It worked for a moment. It keeps resetting. I fixed it, and then it stopped. It worked, and then it stopped working.
It worked and then it stopped working. I feel like that is the story.
Now they hear you.
That's the whole story for tonight. It worked, and then it stopped working.
Okay, we're good now. We're good. We're back. Hello, everybody. Sorry about that.
On and off, on and off.
Yeah, it just turned off. I don't understand. It was working before, it stopped. I fixed it, it stopped. I fixed it again, hopefully it keeps working.
Okay,
but
hopefully.
I think the last step is I need to share my screen.
Yes. So, to regale everybody with the story of what Selena and I were looking at while Jess was presumably trying to fix everything in the background. God be with you, Jess.
Please.
There were a couple of murders that happened, at least at one point or another. I don't know if I'm 100% sure that none of them were intentional. The Shadow Realm was great. Thanks for asking. But it's Don Queen leading from David Herrera, and the pole sitter is in P29 now. They have fulfilled their stop. It was a 87 seconds time total in the pits. So, yeah. It's been a whole thing. Welcome to the show.
Been chaotic. That's what it's been so far.
I think everything that can go wrong is going wrong.
Yes.
That's fine.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Ah, well. First race of the season. It's expected. I've seen many other problems with other streams. A couple of season ago. Yeah.
I think I'm just looking down the list right now. Big stories that I'm noticing. Thomas Greer up 13 positions from grid 18 to P5 right now. Dan Rufus up from P13 on the grid, up 9 places into P4. DeRosas, actually, Richard DeRosas, as I see a yellow flag from Nielsen, they're off. But DeRosa is 20 places up from their qualifying start. You gotta be happy with 21 make it now with going by the yellow flag. My goodness.
Oh!
From P17,
And
John
that might be the end of May's race right there.
Oh, no.
He just got spun around.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Here's the replay.
Up in shambles.
D5 has been a
Fortunate.
whole thing.
Yeah, I think mom and dad are gonna have a stern talking to the kids tonight.
Well, it's been, as I've said before, a whole thing.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I really just don't know what to say at this point.
Fosley pointing out Dan Rufus doing great tonight. Yes, he is.
Yeah,
Doing a great job dodging that ICBM, I think that was. Was that nuclear armed?
That was surely Thomas Greer, who came pretty close to making contact there, but thankfully did not. So props on that.
Oh, more side by side into turn 1. Thompson's got the inside. That should make this pretty easy.
Chat saying prayers D3.
Prayers D3 is in this
Crazy.
count. Yep, we are right there with you.
Yeah.
Being right there with.
I think if prayers would have done anything, we wouldn't be looking at this race right now.
Oh man.
Hmm.
This.
Somebody was clearly preying on our downfall.
Maybe, actually, maybe. That explains
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
The haters can't stop us.
We're still rolling.
By God, we're still rolling. Stephanie Fisher in P16 right now. I wish I could check my race control, but my race control is having issues now. So that's just another thing that's going wrong. My race control no longer wants to work.
Yeah, literally nothing works
Yes.
tonight.
Yeah.
It's been a whole thing. It's been a night of reinstalling and testing and having the tests
Fixing.
not actually translate to the real show.
Trying to fix, not actually fixing it. Trying again, only halfway fixing it. Yeah, it's been an ordeal tonight.
Being baited into believing that you fixed it and not actually having fixed it. Yes.
Wait, are we talking about the stream or our race setups?
Yes.
Both?
Yes. I sure hope that the racing engineers in the pits were able to fix some stuff, because a lot of people sure needed it. I guess that helps get the mandatory pit out of the way at the very least, if nothing else. But I am going to operate under the assumption that most of the drivers would have preferred to not get hit in the first place. I think that's safe to say.
Just a moment, I gotta fix the stream setting. And I don't think I can fix it live. Wait, can I? I may have fixed it, never mind.
Here's hoping. Guess I've just tried to relaunch my race control and it's not working at all. Amazing. We continue.
I know, everything
Woo!
sucks, whoa.
I never had any problems with my race control last season, curiously. Never once.
Yeah, it always worked for me last season.
I think this is the universe's way of telling me I should never have tried to host.
And we should be back. Sorry about that, folks. I had to tweak some dials. But the stream should look better now. We are constantly improving.
Though it's not hard to improve on what we
True, the
started
bar is
with.
kind of low.
Bar is kind of low.
Barely above the ground.
We can only hope.
At least we are treated with some consistent racing up front. This race is not a given win for anybody right now. Queen and Herrera within a second of each other this whole time.
I'm very curious to see what the pole sitter is going to do. I'm assuming that Spiker is going to have some incredibly strong pace as the race evolves. So even though they were moved off track a little bit ago as Mertz, and yeah, had a, I would say a bit of an off, but it's more of like a South African adventure. Which we're
That
seeing.
Porsche
But,
is barely in one piece. I think the hood's going to fly off next time.
oh dear. Well, Donna, you looking for a move up the inside here? Stephanie Fisher not going to quite land into turn one. Just a bit of respectful driving there in that battle.
They've been going at it for quite a while, and Stephanie putting on a really good defense show, and she's just making John work for that position.
Supposing there's one particular Fazli in the chat who's probably very pleased Glad to see Stephanie holding on to that position.
Yep.
Rightfully so.
Oh, we got some action in the top 5. We were taking P4 off of Dan Rufus. Let's catch the replay of that.
I was expecting.
Did I miss it?
Yes, I am wondering that. I was expecting Grau to do some nice little things, but the overall performance that he's had so far,
Right up the
yeah.
inside. And while that happened, Herrera actually just got in front of Queen. Maybe I can catch that replay. Oh, I think we just saw him stick it up the inside of the final corner. And Queen is not able to strike back. Donahue and Fisher once again nearly coming together.
Surely there's going to be a strike here from behind before too long.
He's trying to make that Boatley looking quite intimidating. Oh
Ooh,
no!
They touch!
Oh no!
The
We get
camera
the
just had
wrong
to pan
camera
right
angle.
at that moment.
Right
yeah,
before.
I saw that exactly as it was happening as well. Inside Ian Demler here.
Oh, and the door just gets slammed closed too soon. And Stephanie's pointed the wrong way. And it looks like for that she's going to pay the price of about 4 positions. Maybe 3 or 4.
Yates.
John is definitely happy about that. 100% after that incident. He's got clean air now, so right in P14.
Keep an eye on Ben Sickle right now with the fast slap of the race. Looking like they're trying to get around Mertzen at the beginning of Sector 2, and they've just done a move on the outside here. Very impressive stuff. They'll move up into 24th position. They have already
Yuzerski
fulfilled their pit as well.
Flagged and dead. What happened here? Connor. Uh-oh.
A little bit of break
Spin
on the
cycle.
grass.
It's fatal. But meanwhile, they're still fighting up front, and it looks like Queen just got back on Herrera, and or Herrera struck back at Queen. What?
Herrera went
what
off.
Just happened?
Oh.
Some way, somehow, Herrera
What?
just had a moment.
I'm going to replay. What happened here?
And he's flashing actually.
I think the server just
Didn't
lagged,
catch that actually.
or I lagged. This is 30 seconds back in the replay right now.
The inside and holding it nicely. Oh,
Oh
in
my
contact.
goodness.
All right.
Oh yeah, he did get kicked off and then funneled right back onto the track.
That's a rough hit for Herrera. They still have yet to fulfill their pit stop at the very least, so they can come in at the end of this lap if the damage is too severe.
Silver lining.
That's been a silver lining that many drivers have had to take advantage of so far this race.
Oh yeah. Now Herrera is struggling with the pressure with Maurice right behind him, along with, I believe, Cowley, but he is a blue flag, so not much to worry about him.
Well, if there's one thing I have to say about it is that no matter who wins this race, unless it's James Spaker, you're probably going to feel at least a little bit guilty about how you came to finish on the top step of the podium, because it certainly has been a an interesting change of hands in a couple of spots. Herrera does continue, though. Maybe with that pressure from Maurice from behind, it doesn't seem like it's a whole lot. They're going to try it up the inside
he
here,
breaks
potentially.
out.
No.
No
Think better of
gap.
it.
Maurice
Yeah.
blinks.
Thinking about it, but no chance.
I don't know if there's no
There's-
chance.
I mean, in
was some
fairness, there's not much
chance.
to think about it. You do not want to send it from that far back, not on that corner.
Yeah.
at the very least.
A little too risky.
Van Sickle
at
nearly
front set.
spinning himself out on the back of Thompson. That was a very close start of sector or into sector 3.
Van Sickle's got the fastest lap of the race right now, as I mentioned, and they
Yes,
have
he
already
does.
fulfilled their pit.
42.4
right now,
is not bad race pace at all.
Yeah, I wish I had my race control working. But anyway, there are only 3 races ahead of Van Sickle that have actually fulfilled their mandatory pit stop, and they're not that far up the road. So keep your eyes on them. They might yet get back into this one. There's still this fight going on between Maurice and Herrera for P2 right about now. Maurice is really, really looking for this one in the Porsche, but that traction can be quite challenging to come by. You gotta be just patient enough. You can't let yourself get too aggressive, and we see a tiny little bit of wheel spin there on the main straight.
That's how you it feels fun, but that's how you lose time, unfortunately.
Yep.
Oh, Fisher has been reeling in Colton. There was less than a 10th between them for a moment. I think it's about to pop off.
Stephanie could really use a bit of a recovery after the incident earlier at turn 1 on the inside of Ian.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to jump ahead up to Buckley, who is trying to get around Regele Vidias.
Looks like they're just about getting up to the back, but there simply is not necessarily any prime overtaking spots on this circuit. Once you get past Barbecue, it can be quite challenging to do. Maybe up to the... Oh, wow, what has happened there? Demler.
Let's catch
What
the
in
replay
the
here.
world?
Looks like Dimmler and Rudderham came together. Rudderham in the Aston.
That was like a big contact. Ooh.
Oh, looks like he wanted to get out of the way, but ended up climbing over a curb instead.
We saw a similar incident in the practice race. Actually, I was in the middle of a sandwich. Somebody came up that inside curb, and their car understeered, obviously. Oh, I've just seen somebody go around in the front. That is a big contact, perpendicular meeting with the barrier. I believe that was Aaron Kovac.
Yes, it was.
Oh, no. That's a huge contact. Oh, man.
Bonk.
He's back on track now, but not looking in the best of ways. And still has yet to do the mandatory pit stop. It looks like that's a lot of suspension damage. They would not be running off if not for that.
Either he can't steer and he's getting out of the way, or he literally can't steer and he drove off. I think he was getting out of the way.
Did a pirouette a few moments ago. He's back on track.
What happened here?
I don't know what happened, but I just caught him doing a pirouette.
I've just seen a car in front of Kovac off on the side of the road as well. We're gonna have to.
Is that Mertzen? Is it a Porsche?
Take a look. I think it might be. Yeah, it was Mertzen. Off on the side of the road. At the exit of the hairpin, it was.
Let's see.
Oh, Nielsen making
like he's
a
fine.
move on the inside. Away from Dan Rufus. Nicely done. Very clean. To that hairpin.
Catch that
Kovac.
replay because we just missed it. Oh, yep. Gets alongside immediately. Made his presence known. Nailed it on the apex. Plenty of room left on the outside. He didn't even need to take it all.
Yep.
Easy.
Took that advantage and just went for it.
Kovac and Demler are both in the pits now. And it was Mertzen. I believe you might have had the wrong car. Just.
Hold on.
But it was Mertzen that was off track. They're continuing, though. I do not know how, but Queen has established quite a gap now to P2. Just about 6 seconds, according to my ACC, at the moment.
I want to catch this replay real quick. Connor Farrell and Roderick side by side the last 15 seconds or so. Nobody giving up. Beautiful racing. Just enough room side by side and a little bit of tap right there on the exit, but that's fine.
What's a little bit of door banging between friends?
It was a respectful touch.
Sorry, we must have missed it, but Greer is in front of Maurice now, and just up behind Herrera
Yeah, when did
for
he get in the
P2.
fray?
That overtake must have happened when we weren't looking, but this is going to be an interesting three-way battle now. Herrera, I believe, is... Yeah, it's still got that damage, and yeah, Nielsen coming up on the back. With Rufus not far behind.
Maurice trying to go around the outside of Greer there. I don't think it's going to work.
I have to say, I'm really hoping for Greer to do some great things in this race because he's my teammate for the 9 hours. So I'd be very ecstatic to see him do something well here. That's a nice defensive line in towards the hairpin now, down towards Shida. And oh, no, that is not the racing line, my friend. Mori's out of that P2 battle with a bit of oversteer.
He's lucky it was just that.
Herrera's just coming to the pits.
Bit of an unexpected scenario for him, I guess, because Greer did such a defensive line, also possibly offensive, end up going deep and making a deeper cut out of it. I wonder if the Porsche just wasn't expecting that or didn't know where to go, or if it was just traction control not working for him. Lol.
So Queen and Herrera both come into the pit this lap, which promotes Greer to P1 in the race right now. I'm waiting to see where they come out, though, because you do have Van Sickle, Schaefer, and Jezierski coming up behind before too long here. I don't know exactly where they're going to come out on that one. It looks like Queen was just now released and is rolling down the pit lane as Schaefer is through T last, so they're going to lose that position.
Thomas Greer in P1 right now with still not having to pit yet, but this is looking quite fairly good for a Lunar Lone Star Comic Racing.
I'm sure you're very happy to say that.
I could hear her smile.
I'm seeing Herrera right now in P10, the leader of the cars that have finished their stops, and it looks like the margin to the next car behind is roughly 6 seconds. So they've got quite a hefty lead, which is a nice change of pace. I'm sure they're happy to see that after the wild start that they had.
James Spiker of Team Cheese, our pole sitter and eventual victim, unfortunately is 12 spots back even from the first person who is pit, Schaefer. So his race, his recovery drive is looking long and difficult. And he just made another recovery drive for Mertzen.
Oh no.
Looks like violence begets violence around here.
Sometimes you get a little bit impatient, especially if you have such a rough start to the race.
Yeah, you start seeing red. Start making bad decisions.
I feel like there's going to be a non-zero number of penalty points handed out after this
buddy.
race.
I'm thinking double digits.
Yeah, Buckley in the pits now, going to fulfill their mandatory stop. I feel like, to a certain degree, you don't want to look back at this broadcast and hear your name said, because more likely than not, it's going to be as a result of an incident. Greer is being attacked by Nielsen now, by the way, way up at the front. I'm going to keep an eye out. Oh yeah, look, that's right. That's exactly where you are right now, in towards the hairpin. The Bentley has certainly been stronger than it was in the previous BOP. They certainly put it to good use alongside teammate Donahue as well. So they're having a pretty good outing, especially given where they started from.
Yeah, I've been hearing rumblings and rumors about the Bentley actually being good this season, and maybe those are true. Who knows?
I didn't want to believe it.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I like to clown on it. I think it's a boat. I think it's silly. Silly car driven by non-serious people.
Certified car of low intelligence. Oh no, that's not good. Just seen that.
Maurice have a small little moment to himself. He's fine. He's fine.
I've definitely been there a couple of times on this track in that car.
I just can't drive it, obviously. Well, it's on the opposite side too, which does like throw you off. But
oh yeah,
I drive Porsche.
No reason to drive anything else.
Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, Selena Buscha drives the Porsche.
Breaking news,
seven.
yeah. Who
Or
would have
seven.
guessed?
Breaking news,
Impossible
Thompson up
development.
the inside of Colton. Colton
I see
getting
this.
the switchback on him, though. It's still on.
If anybody's going to like this situation, it's Buckley up ahead. Because it looks like there might be a little bit of a fight. Although backing out, Colton's just gone right the way past. It almost looks like there wasn't even a fight for it there. Thompson does have some damage, though. And has already fulfilled their pit stop. So perhaps they didn't really want to risk it too much, shall we say. Well, speaking of cars that have actually gotten a little bit of an upgrade from the last BOP patch, Buckley is in the GTR. As Connor Farrell just getting a little bit of a squeeze there, and a little bit more than a squeeze. Oh no! Right the way off into the gravel trap.
See that from a different angle. Farrell goes a bit wide or deep. That allows Spiker in side by side, and Spiker just proceeds to squeeze him onto the curb and then off the track.
Yeah, there is no space afforded there to Farrell. I think that's a cut and dry one. Spiker has had a difficult race, but that's no excuse to be running cars that wide, especially on the entrance to Cheetah. But what's done is done, and they'll just have to head down and continue.
This car is looking awful.
Farrell's had a bit of an outing to forget. Qualified, if I recall correctly, because I don't have my ACC race control yet again, qualified reasonably low down in the order, is currently in 23rd place. Was that a blue flag they just let by? I think it may have just been, but one way or the other.
And Van Sickle is into the back of, was that Yezerski? Yes, it was. Who
Into
is
the back?
totally unfazed about it.
Oh.
Did not care. Van Sickle dusts himself off and gets rolling again.
Van Sickle is still got the purple lap and looked like a potential contender for one of the top spots in this race. If they're able to keep up the pace, that's a huge mistake for them. I don't know if there's much more to be said about it, to be honest. That's just the whole story. I didn't see Nielsen, I think, pulled into the pits at one point. They're no longer behind Greer. Rufus is the closest one up behind, I believe, and Thomas has a bit of clean air to work with. So he'll be grateful for that, surely. Yes, Nielsen actually right behind Herrera. By
Buckley right
about
at the inside of Colton. And to turn 2, and it's going to work. No, he doesn't have enough speed. Colton covers him off. Is the GTR back?
Hopefully wants this one. Trying to keep up close to the back end. Oh, very, very, very close to the Oh, that's a nice switchback. Up on the inside, a little bit of a door bang.
A little rough. The intention was there, though. The plan
that's
was
so unfortunate,
there.
though. Buckley had that move, if not for that little tiny tap and losing a bit of grip.
Oh, Dan Rufus yellow flagged? What was this for?
Say it ain't so.
Am I looking at Greer right now?
Where?
But I was on Dan Rufus.
just another tally on things that are
actually breaking.
Going strangely with the broadcast. That's just the way that it is, it seems.
Yeah.
Which, speaking on that note, want to give a special shout out to all the viewers who have stuck with us through trial and tribulation and all other manner of divine intervention, all aimed at making our experience in the commentary booth as bad as it could possibly be.
Y'all are real ones.
We're keeping our smiles on. We're glad you are too.
Yeah. We're getting through it.
I see a yellow flag for the 185. I believe it was the 185. That was Aaron Kovac. He has had a burner of a race so far. So it's not exactly great news to hear that he's had another yellow. He's currently sitting down in 32nd place and has already made his pit stop. So it has certainly been one to forget for him. Mertson also kind of in the same boat, still has yet to pit in 20th position, has had some incidents. In the pits, I see DeRosas and Rufus both there right now, fulfilling their pit stop. Herrera and Nielsen will be overtaking them with release.
Raf Cab into the pits. DeRosis as well. Starting to see the pack up front thin a bit.
Oh no. That hurts. In P5, exiting the pit lane, that's a stop-go 30 for DeRosis.
Oh. You hate to see that.
Speeding in the pit lane.
Good position and then speeding in the pit lane.
Wait, nobody
I'm
would
not
speed in
sure.
the pit lane. That's against the law.
I'm not sure if it hurts more to lose positions by being hit and wrecked by another driver or to do it of your own volition with a silly mistake like that. I've been there
Yeah.
before.
I think other drivers. I could, I don't know, I could bury hatred of myself. But when somebody else screws me over, oh man, I get toxic. I get real angry.
Yeah, even if it shouldn't have happened either. Like, yeah. Definitely heartbreaking. Speaking of heartbreaking, Nielsen is really trying his best to try to make an overtake. Is it Thompson? Yes. But it doesn't seem to be going too well for them, but
His last lap, he had the
Trying to
pace,
make
and looks like he's
progress.
found it here.
Ooh.
Thompson going a little wide. Still sticks it on the inside. Not making it easy at all for Nielsen to get by, of course. Thompson is doing a really great job defending with all that front damage.
Surely can't last though. Ooh, covering up the inside.
Oh!
Just a little bit too late there on the brakes from behind.
Of a Punterino there.
Wonder if they'll hand back the position there.
The flashers are out. He's not happy. I don't
I
blame
wouldn't
him.
Yeah, I don't blame him either. They
feel
still
like it would
have
be-
a little bit of space too to give that position, but doesn't look like Nielsen wanted to do that.
DeRosis is serving that stop-go 30 right now. Trying to get out of the way, but it's still going to drop him way, way down the order. Still waiting for Guerrero to come into the pits as well. It does not look like Nielsen's going to give it back up. Which I would be very surprised by. You would have to sacrifice 2 seconds of race time, but you want to get that downgraded if at all possible. This is, of course, assuming also that a penalty is doled out, but generally speaking, I would not want to run the risk of taking that penalty, personally speaking. Guess we'll just wait and see. Rufus down a couple of,
Yeah, somebody just asked Dan Rufus
Yeah.
dead or what? I saw him yellow flagged for a moment. I clicked to him and he was in the pits. I'm not sure.
I do not, he may have bowed out of the race. I don't see Rufus' name on the list.
Me neither.
Oh no.
Oh,
I did see Rufus had to fulfill their pit stop, so when I didn't see them in the position they were in previously, I wasn't necessarily surprised, but now I am.
Now he's gone.
That's for sure.
Rest in peace, Dan. Oh, nearly rest in peace, Raph. Look at that dive bomb around the outside. Is that Music? Steven Music in the black McLaren. All over Cab.
yeah, nearly made that move, but
He sent it, just on the wrong side.
yeah. He's still peeking though.
Dimler just got around May? How'd that happen? Oh, is May gonna get a little loose? I always get loose here on the throttle. Nope, he's fine. He just, looks like he lifts. He had to have lifted to give that up. Thompson and Roderick side by side in the final corner.
I was going to mention it does look like Timothy Nielsen is plenty to maintain that advantage off of the bump and the hairpin. Ooh, and a little bit wide there. That is going to be a not insignificant chunk of time lost there for Roderick's. They stay with it.
Oh, our three-way fight for P7 is heating up here. It looks like Schaefer goes deep. Or Maurice goes deep. That allows Schaefer up the inside and through in the white McLaren. Maurice hot, or Queen hot on their tail. Yes, the door is open. He's going to send it on the inside in turn 1. And Maurice in the Porsche loses 2 positions in as many current corners.
I think Maurice was looking for the switch back there, but just couldn't find it. It's a little bit too close to the apex. Was the car in front, and that was a nice little run there. Schaefer's going to have to defend here now, by the look of it. And just inside, and oh, there's contact made. That bump sends the 4-5-3 out onto the runoff, and Maurice is going to take advantage.
See exactly how that happened from above. Oh, he just tried to close the door too much. That car on the inside looks like he took his lane perfectly to me. He's pretty much riding that curb.
Schaefer stays with him, though. Let's see if they can earn that position back. Maurice has looked a little bit loose on a couple of separate occasions so far this race. Queen, though, if Greer is unable to stay ahead with the pit stop, which I suspect will be the case, that Greer will lose the position, then Queen has been promoted to provisional P3 at this point in time. P2 and P1 are quite a ways up the road. At the moment, it's Herrera actually leading that field.
Thompson and Roderick's at it again.
Ooh.
Little love tap. Will he get another one? Almost. And
just a little bit of understeer.
That Ferrari's not looking too hot.
Surely he's not.
And it's not going to be feeling too hot. There it goes, pirouetting in the back. Was that his teammate going through? No, they're not teammates.
Oh, man.
Very rough race for Thompson and Spiker. They can commiserate together in the midfield.
It's certainly going to be an interesting race review after this.
Oh, you betcha.
Oh,
remember,
yeah.
keep it civil, folks.
Yep. Stewards are also going to have fun, too.
Oh, my goodness.
Define fun.
Yeah.
Steven Music's having fun right now. He feels like a race car driver. Reeling in Yuzerski and Cab this quickly. You see this?
This looks good. This looks like a good run.
At the
Off towards the
He's the main
hairpin.
character right now. Come on, Music.
Got the line on the inside. Late on the brakes, and there it goes. Nicely done. If they can hold it.
Nice.
One down.
Washed out a little bit wide, though. That might open the door back here. In towards the right-hander.
He's vulnerable.
Has to leave the inside
Oh,
line.
Mercedes
Oh.
taking a whole lot of grass, trying to be way too safe and ending up way too dangerous. Somehow keeps it straight. And
Move will
they're
stick
through.
for now. Oh, I see the 975 as a yellow flag. That's Mertzen again, completely facing the wrong way here. Out of Cheetah by the look of it.
And he teleports away. We're fortunate the drivers we were just watching didn't collect him.
Indeed.
Yeah. He was off at the hairpin, and then he must have lost it again at the corner.
That Porsche can get very temperamental.
Oh, yeah. Indeed, it does.
Gap from Herrera to Nielsen in fourth place right now. Still right around 3 seconds, if my client is to be believed, and Thomas Greer continues to lead the race.
Yeah, what about that gap between Herrera and Greer?
Yeah, I am unsure. At this point in time, it looks like I think Greer might just have enough space to safely pit, but I have no clue in all actuality because my race control, again, won't work. Oh, Schaefer? Not quite. Mars, though, this race has been put under a load of pressure. We were talking a little bit about it earlier, but just a little bit squirrely on the power, occasionally with that Porsche. And then, of course, with somebody right behind you, it certainly does not help. Van Sickle has also been incredibly strong on pace this race. Still has the purple lap, and has had to make quite the recovery drive up into P12 right now, so there's a bit of a story for you.
Not too shabby.
Yeah, quite solid. He's trying to, oh, looks like tried to make a move there.
Yeah, the question
Race
is,
hasn't
will
been
we
made,
be able to
but-
navigate these people? You can be as fast as you want, but if you can't execute a pass, it doesn't really matter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's all about timing for this.
Looks like a move might be on here, potentially down the main straight. That just didn't quite have the traction. Was looking for a bit of a switchback.
Trying to
think
get that
Van-
slipstream in check.
If you're Van Sickle right now, you at least have to motion to the inside, make them think about it. There it is.
Yeah.
Oh, he does.
Oh, he's gonna go
There
for
he
it.
goes.
Descends.
But he pins
Space is
it.
afforded.
He glides along that apex early on. I sense it. Perfect.
Nicely done.
I mean, that was an aggressive move. I think Yesieski also made the right call to let them through. Car goes off behind him, I see. But you know that that driver is faster. If you spend too much time trying to make that battle, you're just going to open yourself up to attacks from behind. Even with 10 minutes left in the race,
You always
it's
have a
not
choice.
necessarily good odds.
When you're in that, when you're coming up into that braking zone, you have the choice. You either you cover him off and you stop it from happening, or you leave the door open. If it does happen, don't slam the door.
Yep.
This looks like a good run here for Steven Music. Up the inside towards the hairpin, not quite there. That motion to the inside, though, I really like what we've seen from Music so far.
Hey, I think he's got the moves. He's just got to find the consistent pace, right?
Yep. Right place at the right time.
Omori's and
Well,
Schaefer trading places once again in Sector 3.
That's a lot of curb taken on the inside for that Porsche, though. Didn't quite lose out on a whole lot of traction in comparison to Schaefer, though. I expected a little bit of a loss of speed there from Aries, but it was not so. I've seen, looks like P2 dropped out of the battle. That was one of the Nielsen's, A. Nielsen, who is in P3. No, excuse me, that was Red. That was Red, who was in P2 behind Greer. They pitted out, and they are currently now in 4th place, so it's looking good for Thomas Greer. Pit window's going to close in 7 minutes, though.
Vincic was close for an overtake for a second, but just wasn't quite there yet again. But he's really on the hunt behind Steven Music.
Van Sickles closed that gap quick, though.
Yeah, he is really fast.
We gotta make like a mental note of which drivers to keep an eye out for next week. That's for sure.
Yeah. Vansicle, 100%.
Spiker's moved up a couple of positions as well, since losing out on the opportunity to battle for P1 early on in the race. I mean, that showed in their quali time that they were going to be a force to be reckoned with. But does Music defend this? That's the real question. I mean, you've seen Van Sickle come up on you very, very quickly in the last lap. Thinking about up the inside, not quite there.
No,
Oh,
not
but if
quite
he
there.
goes deep,
Very
it's
wide.
open now. There it
Oh,
is.
yeah. Right there. Music
This
going
is-
a little too wide, and that just gives Vansicle the perfect opportunity to take that position away from him.
That's why you gotta make aggressive postures. Even if
Yep.
you're not going to fully send it, you know, you make that driver in front think about it, he maybe
Yep.
misses the apex, and suddenly you've got that free spot. Van Sickle's on the hunt for P9.
He's boogieing.
I don't think I've ever heard anybody use that term to describe a racing driver, but, you know, you're right, though. You are right. My man is boogieing down the track right now. All the way back from the 80s. There you go. Still keeping my eye on when exactly it is that Greer is going to pit, and actually, as I say it, he's crossed the pit entry line.
About due time. 5 minutes left on the clock for the pit window to be closed.
I like that idea. Connor Farrell. Ooh, contact on the inside. Pretty lucky that they didn't spin around that Maka in front. And now they're going to have to do battle a little bit more.
Demler and Connor Farrell. Oh, and now Connor is going deep. Demler wanting to get him on the inside, not going to work.
Herrera's on the move. Herrera's coming around T-Last right now. It looks like it's going to be a drag race potentially down here towards turn 1. Keep your eye on that. The 313, a bit of a ways here behind the 664 actually. It's not quite as close as I thought it was going to be. Greer does hold on to the race lead by about 2 or 3 seconds.
That is the
Another
blue
Bentley
flag immediately behind him.
Yes, it's going to cause a bit of a headache there for Herrera, who still has some damage on that Ferrari as well. So Greer is in a good position right now in every single sense. Oh, that's a stop and go.
Oh.
Donahue for speeding in the pit lane. Greer's teammate currently in 8th place as well. That hurts. That hurts a lot.
Yeah. It's a lot of time to make up for, but yeah.
Oh, that
4
is so
minutes left.
disappointing. You keep your head down all race. You do things mostly.
Ooh, Van Sickle going for a little drift right there.
I'm seeing yellow flags everywhere. I'll bet you
What's the
exit the
position of
pits
music?
in just outside the top 10. All around people ready for a
173 is
final
slow.
battle, and you get slapped with a penalty. That is disheartening.
Yeah.
Feel that. I feel that. What was it? Valencia in the wet penalty on the final lap. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
Or for me leading the entire race, going in for my pit stop with a massive advantage and not being able to find my MFD and speeding in the pit lane, so I didn't fulfill my pit and I got to stop go 30.
Yeah, it's
It's motor racing.
oh, little
Van Sickle motor racing with Donahue right
door.
now.
Yeah.
The end of second
Large
two.
divergence
Got to
going
see
on
inside
there.
of him.
Does Donahue really want to fight this much though? I mean,
does.
you got to stop go 30. There's no reason to lose this much time. The
Yeah,
move
let's
is
do it.
made. Van Sickle is showing off pace and racecraft in spades here. Honestly, might just be one of my drivers of the day.
I might
here.
have to agree with you there.
Yeah.
Well, let's give a
agree.
fair shake though to Thomas Greer with 3 minutes left. What did he start? He started like 20th or lower
I don't
on the grid,
remember.
I want to say.
And my race control was reset, so I don't have the quali stats.
Oh no.
Uh,
Well, hang on. I might be able to check. I don't know. I don't think it's updated yet. Yeah, there's no update for it on ACCSM, but we can check after the fact. But you can't deny it's been impressive from him to capitalize on the advantages presented his way. And oh no.
Can't park there,
Motionless on
sir.
the track. Maybe an RTG? But
Traction
okay,
control.
yeah. Barrier hit.
oh! Steven Music losing it?
Oh no.
Just said hello to the barriers for a second.
He's late in
That-
the race.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that doesn't necessarily look like losing it. More so, maybe a little bit of an incidental touch there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let the
Yeah.
stewards decide who's at fault for that one, but either way.
At least it's
I
not
just
terminal.
caught it really late. He was sliding by the time I got to him.
Oh, and Maurice, yellow flagged.
Oh.
Mowing the lawn. Turning into a lawn dart.
Oh, that's never a good thing.
How'd this happen?
Did we never see Schaefer get past Maurice? That was an ongoing battle for a good
I
little
did
bit.
not, no. They were trading spots for a while. I didn't catch the last one. What is this?
It looked like
That almost
under
looked
braking.
intentional. Unless
I
the
think-
car's just not
yeah.
working right.
I think the car started to spin like a little bit under braking. Maurice had to catch it and ended up going across the grass. Kent Van Sickle is looking. Sorry, is that for position?
Yes, it is.
It is. Van Sickle made up 9th place and is now looking for 8th on the penultimate lap of their, or excuse me, not the penultimate, but the 3rd to last lap of their race, more than likely. I believe we're
and
going to
he
be showing
takes
the
out
white flag.
Cobb.
Oh,
No.
Oh, you You saw it here, folks, and they're
Hunter
pirouetting now,
Radio.
trying to get pointed the right way.
Oh.
Van Sickle's got to make up some time here again.
Pitch window is now
Oh
closed.
my goodness. And Caps
Oh,
rejoins
no.
right
Oh,
across the
what?
nose. Was that Stephanie Fisher? Who was that?
Havoc late in the race. Another
Oh.
car's gone around. Yeah, I just saw
Yeah.
Stephanie Fisher passing another car that went spinning. Yeah.
Oh, and there's more touches from that Ferrari.
Okay, the leader
Is
is on
that,
the final lap now. Give it all you can.
is that Spiker?
Too much going on.
There is too much. It's literally impossible to catch it all.
Spiker, oh goodness, in P19 right now. Van Sickle made such a charge, losing 3, maybe even 4 positions because they looked like they were right up behind Raf Cab, who also was at a major detriment as a result of that. Steven Music, the major benefactor here, certainly going to appreciate that. What in the world? Oh my!
Vidias
that?
loses control coming into the
Yeah.
braking zone and elects to go into the wall rather than the car in front of him.
Commendable.
Very
I mean, at least
curious,
holds on to the
but-
position for that as well.
Now he's gotta
Wow,
live
that's a
home one
lot
more
of
lap.
damage.
Yeah. He's got to live with it.
Oh.
More lap.
I'm sure he's going to lose another spot or two from this. They're on his tail already.
Oh yeah, for sure. One thing I know about the McLaren is if you get that front end damage, you're basically done.
McLaren is a hugely front-limited car.
Like the Porsche.
Yeah.
I mean,
with the
you're
rear.
almost always running minimum brake bias in the Evo. And with the current BOP, you got a little bit of a nerf in the last patch, and it'll be tough. It'll be tough for you.
Oh yeah. You just gotta hold on for this lap with Van Sickle charging right behind them.
Well, it's been a crazy race, with Thomas Greer coming in now towards Cheetah, so unless a massive mistake is made now, he is going to be the winner of the inaugural Division 5 race. And, well, what a race it's been. And he does make it past there. Just one turn to go, and he's going to be showing the checkered flag. A phenomenal drive from Thomas Greer. So many stories, but he comes out on top today. Top step of the podium, and an impressive performance showing the Bentley indeed can do it. That's the race finished. Herrera is coming up close behind here, just a couple of seconds back in to round out the podium. It's going to be Adam Nielsen in P3.
We're not done racing yet, though. Van Sickle has more to say. He wants Vidias. Oh, but he won't get him. He just lost a whole lot of time trying to catch him.
There's a fight in front, though. Keep with him, and of course, Stephanie Fisher coming up behind, who has had a lot of positions gained in the last couple of laps. So it's been impressive from her, and wait a minute, she,
Looking at the
Look like
inside, it's there.
she's got it. Just about here, in towards Cheetah, and now Van Sickle has to defend from another car behind it. We can't do it. Is there just no traction? What's going on? Trying for the switchback, maybe into T last?
I don't think his car's
Van
working right
Sickle.
anymore.
Yeah, there must have been
done.
something going on there.
Stephanie Fisher will
Stephanie-
take it, though. Bitch P's up into P12.
Huge capitalization. Well done.
Yeah.
And for Colton as well to get by Van Sickle. That is a terrible last lap for them. Raf Cab a bit into the wall.
I think that cost
think
him
they
a
might just-
position.
They did just lose a position to Jan Rodericks in P17.
And
The
here comes
Rosas
our
in the
last
T last
pair.
next to James Spiker. And that's going to be their finishing order. What in the world happened this race, though?
Oh. What?
What in the world happened this race?
I really don't have words to
Chaos.
describe tonight. Everything happened. Everything.
Save the
Oh,
replay,
yeah,
everybody.
Never see another race like this again.
Save the replay.
We could, but I am too. We spend so much time preparing for a good stream, and one or two technical difficulties ruins it for the rest of us. We're doing this all just to meet the bare minimum specs, and not for the perfection. Very disappointing. So I'm all for having an abridged outro to, close down this shit show of a of a season premiere. But we've got to at least give Thomas his due. He won the first race. He gets an interview, and I see him in the driver's briefing. So let me get him in here real quick. Wait, which one are we in? The first one. Okay. Thomas Greer, welcome to the booth. Congratulations on the win. Undefeated. Let's go. Yeah. Oh, hold on a moment. I am sorry. I wasn't ready to go live tonight, so the scene is not ready. Correct. Yep. One.
And
Check,
here we go.
check. Hello, welcome to the booth. Sorry about that, and congratulations on your win.
Thank you. Oh
Yeah.
man, that was a slog.
Yes, describe describe the race in one word. You have 5 seconds.
A slog.
A slot. Okay, well,
Yeah, that was a
There you go.
fight. Oh man,
it
I am a-
was.
I'm a
Yeah.
sweaty mess.
It was,
You're
as
ready
they
for
say,
it.
a whole thing.
Oh, despite my best efforts in botching quali, I was still able to pull it off.
Yeah, I mean, tell us what was going through your head there. Of course, I mean, you started moving up the field.
And how it
A
shaped
reasonable
up for
bit.
you. It kind of happened all at once. Because
Yeah.
you started what, P18? And
P18,
How did the race unfold for
and-
you like that? When
I sent it hardcore first lap. I ended up going. I think I went up 7 spots first lap, and then a couple of people had some offs, and I was able to get a couple of free positions that way. And as I kept moving up, I saw that the leaders weren't that far ahead. I'm like, okay, this is possible. Let me head down and go for it. I was able to make a couple of really good passes at Crocodile, which put me in the hunt up into 4th. And then I just went all on pit strategy from that point on. I'm like, I got to go as late as possible, be the last one to pit, and nail my pit. And I still messed up my pit. I stalled it in the pits.
I've been right
But
there
yet
with you,
it
buddy.
Still worked.
Oh, I was sweating bullets because I couldn't see on the leaderboard where the people I was fighting were, what they were doing for lap time because I pit so much earlier. So I'm just like, oh man, I don't know where I'm gonna come out. And then just as I pit, I saw I had like 33-second gap to Herrera. I'm like, okay, I got to do it now.
Yeah, well, I mean, the race was full of incidents, as you may or may
Absolute
not have
chaos.
seen. So, I mean, for the fact that you're able to avoid a vast majority of that, I mean, being able to capitalize on everything that happened, I mean, clearly the qualifying wasn't your greatest, but your race pace and your ability to get past other cars was put on display so far today. So, I mean, already for round 2, what are your expectations?
Not a win, but I'm gonna go as much as I can. Snetterton is not my strongest track, but we'll see what happens. Like the Bentley, I'm starting to gel with real well, so we'll see what happens.
I think a lot of people will agree with you about Centerton. Very hit or miss, hot or cold track for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I'm a bit off pace there, but we'll see what happens.
Well, we're looking forward to it. Thanks for joining us, and
thanks.
congratulations again on your win.
Thank you so much.
See you next time.
Yep.
I love you. You can hear the relief in his voice.
Oh yeah.
The way that he just said thank you. You could hear it. He was just like, "Oh man, I can't believe that just happened."
Yeah. Pulled it off
That's-
with Bentley.
I'd be
It's
relieved
crazy.
too, walking away from that race with any sort of respectable points.
Yeah, I am looking forward to seeing what the story is for the next go around. I mean, surely we're going to have to keep track of all the stories that played out here today. Probably some rivalries formed as well, if I had to hazard a guess, particularly James Spiker, who had an amazing qualifying. I don't think there's any other word that can really describe that, with a 4/10 gap, roughly,
Yeah,
to
that was
P2,
crazy.
and got taken out basically right at the start of the race and had to settle for a recovery drive and ending in P19.
Didn't we, Selena? I swear I'm getting deja vu. Didn't we see a similar thing happen to somebody in one of the early races last season? I might be tripping.
Feels so long ago.
It does. I don't know. Time is a blur.
Yeah.
Austin Whitescarver, maybe? Suzuka?
I think maybe. Maybe.
Austin White, let me
Yeah.
tell you,
So-
Mr. White's Carver had a mare. I honestly, I got one message for you, Austin. If you're watching this for whatever reason, don't qualify high. Because every single time I see you qualify like the top 5, you end up having some sort of incident, whether it be getting hit by somebody or messing up on your own. But yeah, that man was down on his luck, let's just say, last season. So maybe that's what it was reminding you of, because he had a couple of moments like that. So
Yeah.
I don't know. One thing's for sure though,
We have
We
to say thank you
are,
to something.
yeah, we've had a heck of a stream, and before we sign off here, we do want to give a huge thank you to our SRA sponsors and title sponsors for supporting us here at SRA, as well as support from Documize.
Oh, crap! That's not gonna work. Sorry. Carry on.
And support from Retro Saga, a North American-based gaming company that provides accessories for your favorite classic systems, including Nintendo, Sega, PlayStation, and much more. Enhance your retro gaming experience today at retrosaga.ca. And before we go, a huge thank you to our affiliates, of course, Track Racer. You can experience redefined gaming with Track Racer's high-quality sim rigs and accessories. You can use code SRATE at checkout to support us. Armamentario, which is a toolbox for ACC that will enhance your chance to win. You can enjoy a fully customizable and enhanced heads-up display to change the way you experience Assetto Corsa Competizione. And Go Setups, of course. Can't leave them out because I always use their stuff. Premium
sir.
esports setups for everyone. Use the affiliate link on our Discord and take your drive to the next level.
Go set up sold me my championship last season.
Yeah, Go Setups are pretty great. I gotta be honest.
Yeah, they are. I use them too. They're good.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight. We are going to put the kibosh on this, and we will do better
Yes.
next week. We swear.
Yeah.
See you then.
See you.